guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here with another top 5 tips and tricks video, but this one is rather exciting because I'm going to give you my top 5 tips and tricks about visiting Disney World right now. That is right now. I mean in October, possibly also for November and December as well, 2020. Literally right now, these are very current tips. So make sure you stay tuned. So if you guys have seen my previous 2 videos, I gave you my top 5 awesome Disney World changes that I loved and my top 5 not so much favorite. Well, for the not so 5 favorite, I came up with some awesome tips to help you out because Disney had to make these changes. They had to accommodate COVID and reduce capacity and all those kinds of things. So here you go. You ready? My top 5 tips to consider and think about if heading to Disney right now. Number 1, transportation. So I say this to my clients all the time. You do not just sleep at your resort. You are not just in your room for 2 seconds. It is really important to also consider things like transportation. But if for some reason you are staying at a resort whose transportation isn't the best, and I could name those resorts, you might want to consider just Ubering or hiring a private driver. I am telling you right now that even though Disney is at reduced capacity, it is still peak season. Peak season is happening. October has always been a popular time to go. Same with November, December, and so on. So the parks are seeing more people. They are seeing higher crowds. And because of physical distancing, buses can only hold so many people. And in fact, I think it's 8 families or parties right now each bus holds. So if you walk out to your resort to go look at the bus and people are lined up around the corner, you might want to consider just getting an Uber. That is my tip, because if you count how many parties are in line, even though we're social distancing and that's why the line is so long, it only holds, I think it's 8. I think it's 25 people total. But the buses are kind of segmented, so they have spots for just a party of 6, spots for just a party of 5, party of 4, and so on. But if there is no party of 6 and there's only parties of 2, then parties of 2 will sit in the party of 6 spot, thus not really holding that many people. So it's just something to consider. If you are trying to get that, Rise the Resistance boarding pass, if you are trying to get to the parks for opening, for rope drop, just consider possibly Ubering or driving your own vehicle. Same thing with the Skyliner. The Skyliner right now is getting very backed up because it's only loading 1 family per, gondola. And once Art of Animation opens, you'll have people coming from Art of Animation, then they go to Pop, then they all have to get off, and then they get in line for people at Caribbean Beach and thus go on the Skyliner. So it's causing backups in the morning. It's just something to consider that if you walk out there, the lines are a bit longer than you had hoped, just Uber or Lyft or something. So that's my tip number 1. Tip number 2, as you saw in my video, I was a little frustrated with limited menus. I was a little frustrated with not having all my favorite restaurants open. Again, I get this, but to help with that, I suggest you pack more snacks than usual, especially if you're bringing children. You want to pack those healthy snacks. So when people all of a sudden are in that starving phase, you can give them a sandwich. You can give them a healthy granola bar. You can give them something to kind of help relieve that anxiousness, that craziness, the fits that even adults get. So something I thought was really helpful right now is I just packed more snacks than usual. I also ordered a little bit more food from, say, Amazon or even the local Walmart, whatever you want to do. You could order just bread and, your nut butters and jelly and make your own PB&J. It doesn't mean you have to eat it, but it's kind of nice to have it as a just in case. So my tip number 3, masks. I am doing a whole separate mask video, so make sure you watch that. But my big tip of masks right now is you need to bring extra. It's very easy to sweat through or just get a feeling like your mask is dirty after a few hours. So be prepared and pack extra masks. Pack 2 to 3 per day, per person in your party, extra masks. And be sure to, again, watch that special mask video because I'm gonna give you a whole bunch of just mask tips. Number 4, it's kind of a good idea to pack sun protection right now, so umbrellas. And I know it's kind of weird, but the way they rerouted some of the lines, you kind of are stuck in the sun a little bit longer than you're used to, as normally you would enter an internal ride queue where you would have shade and possible air conditioning. It's not really happening right now because they had to kind of limit that. So a lot of these lines are outside, especially right now, October. It is still hot and sunny. So I am suggesting you pack a UV protected umbrella. And you want to also remember fans. As you saw in my videos, I always had some sort of weird obnoxious fan on. It just kind of cuts down the heat just a smidge to make it doable. Again, October will be cooler than when I went in August, but it's just something to consider. If you're going to be out in the sun, if you are sensitive, consider an umbrella or at least a hat. Definitely your sunscreen. Tip number 5, mobile ordering. So right now, 100% all quick service locations and some places like Dole Whips, you have to mobile order. So I'm telling you right now, if you plan on eating at peak eating times, you know, the times when everyone else on the planet wants to eat, you might be waiting longer than you want. You might be waiting longer than usual because they're not really letting people inside. They're having people wait outside, waiting until their order is ready. So again, you're outside, you're kind of in the sun. My tip for this is try to order your food ahead of time. So they're not going to let you order food when you're clear across on the other side of the park, but maybe if you're a few steps away or a different location away, maybe you can mobile order and wait in some shade, maybe inside a store or something like that. Another thing to consider is just try to snack or pack snacks so you are not eating at that peak meal time. Because again, it's no fun to just kind of wait for food when you could give it a half an hour and get food much quicker. Another thing is those kiddies, do not wait to order food until everyone is starving. You are gonna see those meltdowns, which are just no fun. Another few little snippets, not quite tips, but just a little something to know. When you're out and about at Disney, any park, and you hear all of a sudden some random loud music, you know, different from the ambience music that you were listening to before, pay attention, turn around. That could be a sign of a cavalcade. It could be a sign of an impromptu pop-up Disney parade. So they are happening on land in all 3 parks. And then Animal Kingdom is happening in the water, the waterways underneath bridges. So just something to consider. If all of a sudden you hear some crazy Disney music and it's louder than usual, just look around because you might be in the middle of some amazing magic. And something I just want to say that's not really a tip, but right now, due to COVID, Disney is different. Things are different, and it just is what it is. So you need to go with an open mind to experience Disney for what it is right now. If you constantly compare your trip to your past trip and your past trip's experiences, I'm going to tell you right now, it might bring you down. Certain things are just not happening, and they are 100% understandable. But to constantly go through your trip and complaining about it is just not, it's just not going to be good. It's not going to make a good trip for you or the kiddos. You need to take this as a positive new Disney for right now and be happy you got to go to Disney and you're on vacation and you're not stuck, you know, at home. Just like that saying goes, a rainy day at Disney is better than a rainy day at home or any day at home. Think of it that way. Visiting Disney during this situation is better than just sitting at home. At least it was for me. Another little note I want to make, if I can, cast members. Please, please be super nice to the cast members. They have been through so much. Some of them even got notice that they are getting laid off here in a couple of weeks. So this could be their last few weeks at their current job. Being a cast member is such a huge, I don't know, responsibility, and it's just so special. I have always wanted to be a cast member. I am so jealous of them. I am so respectful of them. Just remember that they're going through this too, and they can't really change the rules that are going on at Disney right now. They can't make the line shorter. They can't change capacity. They can't get you that Rise of the Resistance pass that you didn't get. So just smile and wave and be nice to them, because they are there too. They are trying to make your trip magical. So just remember to give those cast members an extra smile, which I know you can't really see with the masks on, but just remember to give them an extra thank you. If you experience an amazing cast member or several, be sure to tag them under cast compliment, hashtag cast compliment, or email guest services and let them know. These cast members really do live by those types of responses from guests. So please make sure you just be respectful and nice to those hardworking cast members that really do make our trip. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. Like I said, I'm headed to Disney. I could be there in just a few days, and I'm super excited. But with the changes and everything happening so frequently, I just wanted to give you guys a quick updated tip video of things that are relevant right now. So again, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it and turn it gray. Be sure to hit the bell for notifications. Like this video, I would so appreciate it. And comment, let me know what you're thinking. When is your next trip? I would love to hear from you guys. So as always, mahalo for watching. Nina, out.